Hello there, and welcome. Good evening. My name is Duke Doom, and welcome to Darkest Star ASMR. Let's make the evening a little bit more cozy with a live candle, shall we? So here we are, you and me again, just chatting the breeze, just talking a little bit about things that have happened lately. Things of no importance, but something to just talk about. I have been to the mainland. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I'm going to give you a short backstory. I live on an island in the Swedish archipelago called Möja, and due to circumstances, I rarely leave my island. It takes about 2 hours to get to, well, the mainland from here by ferry, and then you have to travel by other transportation means to reach Stockholm if you want to go that far. However, I have panic anxiety and I really don't enjoy people, humans. They are different than me. So, instead I keep to myself, I keep on my island and I paint and I do these videos just for you. So, what made me go into that dreaded place this time? Well, let me tell you that 7 years ago or so, I was in a relationship with a woman called Angelica. And we had been in a relationship for 15, 16 years, give or take. Then we split apart because I cannot live on the mainland. I feel like I'm being boxed into a construction of other boxes on top of each other. And by that I of course mean apartments. And she thought it would be too isolated to live out here. She also had a animal rescue thing going on in the city. So she went into the city a lot, and then she was given an occupation in Göteborg, which is far away on the other side of the country. So she moved there for a while, for like 3 years maybe. But then she grew bored and wanted to come back to, well, the outskirts of Stockholm where I have an apartment. So I went to the city, no, not the city, I went to the outskirts of Stockholm. I'm sorry. And I helped her with the move, carrying back her furniture into the apartment and so on and so forth. And then we went around in her car. She has a Persåpgå, something, a van. And we went to McDonald's. Please don't hate me. And I actually had some kind of bacon burger with fries and a simple cheeseburger. I eat a lot. and to my biggest surprise it was really actually pretty tasty. I don't know if they have changed the recipe, because when I ate at McDonald's last time there were no taste at all. It was mostly just tasting like paper box. But this one was actually pretty good. So that's why I was in the city, or on the mainland this time. And since I'm a good friend of Angelica, we are very close, I'm going to visit her a lot in the future. Perhaps she will come out here and visit me too, but that's in the future. When you get old and grumpy like I am, you kind of take one day at a time. You don't make much plans because you know that everything eventually just goes down the drain. So, it's still hot in Sweden, hence why I haven't made any role plays or stuff like that. I have told you, and I have told you time after time why I haven't done any role plays, but I think I owe it to you to explain that it's pretty much too hot to do anything advanced when it comes to makeup. So I spend time with playing with my Ouija board. And I walk around the house and I fix things. It's a lot of things fixing when you own a house of your own. You know, there's always some leaks, some nail that have been like popping out without you noticing. And why do I have this knife in front of you? I don't know, just because it was on the table and I think it might do some nice tapping sounds, maybe. Yes. I changed a lot during the last couple of months. I don't know if it's for the better or the worse. But in some ways I feel like I need to explore the dark side of reality a bit more, because that's where I belong, in darkness. In darkness I will find you. In darkness you find me. We are legion because we are many. And by that I of course mean you, my darklings, who also is drawn to the dark side of things, the morbid things, the questions that everyone seeks answers to, but some are too afraid to ask the questions, aren't they? Yes, I think so. When I was at the mainland, I was laying down on a hill. It was warm, it was really hot, and I was just lying on my back, staring up into the heavens above, when it suddenly hit me. If you zoom out from Earth out into space, we are all like fly shits on a piece of paper, you know. But you know, we might not matter in the flesh. But you know what matters? What's in here. That's what makes us illuminate the galaxy and the universe, what we have in here, because we are not stupid. We are not unintelligent. And we have something called a soul, if you will. An inner light, an inner being that is held back by this sack of flesh. So, if you watch at Earth from a distance, you might see a lot of small, magnificent fly shits walking around. But if you could see the soul, I think the world would glow. It would shine like a diamond in the sun in the universe. So remember that if you feel down or bad or just magnificent, it's what in here that matters, not the outside. And we all have this shiny spark inside. The things that make you, you, and me, me. And that was something that just hit me when I was lying there in the sun. The cars were zooming by like bugs. And I also realized how easy it is to identify humanity as cars. Now this might sound a bit odd and weird and perhaps straight out bizarre. But what are humans? Pretty much like cars. They go around, do their things, you don't know the name of them, you don't really know how they look on the inside. You just see the outside and they're buzzing around in traffic, going here, going there. In the end, when you look at traffic, the humans don't exist anymore. The only thing that exists is the metal husks that populate this world, going around and around and around, trying to find goals. And no one knows who's inside unless you stop the car and take time to look and open the door. Then you see who is behind the wheel. Same with humans. Sometimes when I'm sitting in a place where a lot of people pass by, it's easy to start questioning, do they even have names? Think about it. Maybe they're just non-player characters in your game. That guy on the bike that just went by, does he even have a name? Does he exist? Is it just a figment of your imagination? No. Questions. There's so many questions on this planet that needs answers. And of course, if I come up with any answers, you will be the first ones to know. Now I'm going to go outside Castle Doom, just walking around, thinking about things, and maybe think about new videos for you guys. And remember, things might look dark, but there can't be any light without darkness. I wish you a good night wherever you are in this big wild world and beyond.